Hey guys, Dr. J, Jason Lipoff, your Team Beachbody coach. If you are listening to this, then you have just recently signed up with your free Team Beachbody account and you have purchased your first challenge pack. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over with you guys basically what is a challenge pack and what to expect. Some of you guys were really well informed and some of you guys were kind of in the dark with what exactly am I paying for? You know, I want to get in shape. What exactly is this? You know, is this just a product or is it something more? So the first thing that you should know is that the reason why Team Beachbody came up with the challenge pack, which combines your a fitness program as well as your first 30-day supply of complete dense nutrition, is several reasons. Number one is before they came up with these challenge packs, everybody was buying, you know, the fitness programs from infomercials or from people, and there was no accountability done. So people would just do the program and they would start it, but then just like anything else, you know, an obstacle would happen in their life or they wouldn't get the results that they thought and they would just stop. They would just quit. And it's not that the program didn't work, it's that they had in their mind how long it was going to take. But also they weren't focusing on their nutrition. And diet and nutrition and support is probably over 90% of actually a lifestyle change, not exercise. Exercise is important for stress relief and for cardiovascular and for kind of balancing everything out in your mood and the way that you feel afterwards and substituting cravings for exercise. However, that's the easiest thing to do because you can always find something. Movement is very easy. When you're done with it, you get the release and you feel good about it. It's the diet and nutrition that people have always struggled with, depending on where you live in the world. And so what they did is they combined what's called the challenge pack. The challenge pack is, by offering it at a deep discount, it encourages people to combine the nutrition with the workout program. And by combining that, what they were finding was that not only were people following through more, but the success was just exponentially higher than people that just do the workout program. As a matter of fact, because that's not what we do with Team Beachbody. We're not about selling products. We're about helping people achieve their goals as they relate to health and wellness and happiness and fulfillment. And that doesn't just come from just picking a program and working out. We're about more than that. We're about the bigger picture. And so we want to make it easier for people. And so by offering the first 30-day supply of your complete dense nutrition and the fitness program at a discount, that basically is a way to not only attract people, but it's a great way to get people started. And then you add in a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you just can't. To me, that's a win-win situation. So what else do you get with it? Well, you get support from your Team Beachbody coach. So whether it's myself or whether it's Brooke or anybody else from my team, we're basically here to help you and inspire you to help you achieve your goals. So two things. Number one is that, I hope that your coach is there to lead you. They're not your fitness coach, and they're not there to necessarily to give you specific nutrition tips, but to guide you to the resources. Some of us may have that information, but that's just kind of gravy. What we do is we help people. We're the cheerleader for you. So once we find out what you need, we direct you in the right path, but then we also follow up with you in specific intervals. However, your success depends on you and your failure depends on you. We're there just to help inspire you by basically us leading by example. And I think that is so important. So you want to find a coach, well, again, that you really respect and admire, because that's what we do. So also, you will be, if you have Facebook, and this really does revolve around social media, and we use it to our benefit. However, we maintain our privacy. So we find out what your goals are, and we connect you into a private Facebook accountability group with other people that are going through the same thing as you. And it is meant for you to basically get motivation, and basically there's support in numbers. So whether there's 3 people in the support group or you've got 300 or 1,000 people. It's people posting, whether it's their workouts, whether it's pictures of their food, whatever it is that people want to do, whatever they feel like they need to do for their accountability, that's what we kind of help people with. Now, at the beginning, you may be totally uncomfortable, and you may be a complete, introvert, and you need to kind of step out of your comfort zone, and that may take time, and that's okay. You can be a window shopper. You can be a total fly on the wall. I always tell people when they start their challenges with me that it doesn't make a difference if you go a mile an hour as long as you don't quit, because life will always get in the way. Some of us have more time, some of us have less time, and for some of us it's just easier as long as you don't stop. Listen, you're going to have success. It's all about rolling with the punches. As long as you stick with me, I will never give up on you. So don't give up on yourself. So that is really when it comes down to like what you pay for. So for example, I'll use an example of, let's say, Les Mills Pump. I'm just using that as an example because that just came on special. So I think for $140, or maybe it's $160, whatever, let's just say $160. So for $160, what do you get? Well, you get your first month's supply of Shakeology, which is normally about $4 a meal replacement. And in a separate video, I talk about exactly what is Shakeology. And you also get your fitness program that you have forever, that you will add to your library of home-based workouts. That is basically just helps diversify the way that you exercise. So besides that, you get all the support from your coach, and you get all the support from your accountability group, as well as all the access to the Team Beachbody account. Now, in my opinion, where are you spending your money in terms of what's worth it? Well, the Shakeology obviously is worth it. It gives you your complete dense nutrition. And in my opinion, in this crazy busy world we live in, we need to create an easy structure. I'm not a fan of maximizing engineered foods at all. I'm a clean eater. I believe in eating whole foods. However, I do feel like if my foundation is right here, if I can move it up just in one simple action of drinking a shake and get myself all of these natural, amazing ingredients and make myself feel better, reduce cravings, reduce inflammation in my body, and then everything else I'm eating clean and everything like that, that helps me so that when obstacles come in my life, it's easier for me to overcome it because the Shakeology is easy. So now if an obstacle comes, what's going to be a struggle with time? Well, maybe the exercise or maybe meal prepping, but at least it's not my complete nutrition because that's easy. That's just boom in action no matter what happens in my life. So that is worth it. However, I think that in terms of the money that you pay, it's for the support that you get from your coach. I truly believe that the support that, for instance, me personally, the way that I provide support and empathy and accountability for the people that I coach, whether they're my coaches or whether they're my challengers, you can't put a price on that. Even if you're paying $160 and you weren't even getting Shakeology and you weren't even getting anything, I was just giving you clean eating principle guides. To me, that's, in my opinion, if I was somebody else, that's worth much more than $140 because we don't get people that hear us, listen to us anymore these days. Communication just seems to be a fleeting moment within our lives. And I feel like once you are part of this community, that's what you get. You get people that are actually listening to you. It doesn't mean that it's easy, but it's a process that once you are involved in it, you'll always have somebody that has your back as you move forward. So there are other things that the challenge pack includes, and when you purchase your challenge pack, you see all these other things that it includes. On a side note, once you start your Beachbody, once you get your packet, you want to make sure that you take your measurements and your before photos and your weight and log on to your Team Beachbody account. And you want to go to Beachbody Challenge and enter your challenge. The reason why is, number one, it's fun. Everybody loves contests. It's just fun. But also, I've had a lot of my coaches that have won $500, $1,000 for their transformation, for their 30 day, 60 day, whatever transformation. And to me, I think that that's amazing. And it just makes it fun. It's a little bit, makes the pot a little bit sweeter. So as soon as you get your challenge pack, whether you have a coach that's really active on you or not, you want to make sure that you take the initiative and contact your coach and say, I got my challenge pack. I've opened it up. I got my DVDs. I've read the book. I've read the nutrition guide, and I'm going to start prepping my meals or whatever. What do I start with? What do I do? I want to start on Monday. Can I be added to an accountability group now, support group? And what I do is I will find out what program they're doing, and sometimes I'll have accountability groups that are specific to one program. For instance, I've got a P90 test group going right now where people are all doing P90, or a PIO test group, whatever. And I will add people to those groups. I actually will add people to several groups because different groups sometimes, they have different vibes, and so what they'll end up doing is they'll end up giving themselves accountability, and they'll just kind of cut and paste their daily posts in like 2 or 3 different groups. I know that's what I do because there's different feels from different groups. And so that's really the start. You want to make sure that you don't just get your program and then just put it to the side and put it to the end of the, in the corner of your room, and then you never look at it. As soon as you get that, okay, and you're listening to this, make sure that you contact your coach and said, I'm ready, let's do this. I got my Shakeology. I'm going to replace, boom, 1 meal a day. Which meal am I going to replace? Plan your whole week ahead of time with your coach. Grab a piece of paper, get your schedule, and say to yourself, when am I going to work out each day? Because if you don't plan it ahead of time, you will not do it, and obstacles will come in the way. So get a schedule, write down your work, write down your sleep, your family time, and shade that out. You see your free time, find out where you're going to exercise each day. I recommend 2 days of meal prepping if you can. And if meal prepping is too big, don't worry, that's fine. Talk to your coach and you can modify that. It's all about balance. If you've got to go slower, there's no right or wrong. So you're in your challenge, you're ready to go. It's a process. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy for everybody. So now, what do you expect your first 30 days? Usually your first week is like awesome, crazy, like I love this is great. And a lot of times what ends up happening is you go boom, all this motivation, and some obstacle happens, you get sick or whatever, and then people plateau. They plateau and they go down. And they start to realize that, oh my God, this is like every other diet or whatever that I've gone through. It's not working, I'm not getting the results. A lot of times it's when people step on the scale, and we tell people always that it's never about the scale, okay? Because this is a lifestyle change, so it takes time. Don't be that person that after 2 or 3 weeks, all of a sudden an obstacle comes and you think that people are going to judge you or your coach, and so you just stop. Make sure that you contact us or reach out to the support group. The support group, believe it or not, the main benefit of these support groups or us as coaches is not the good times, not the, oh great, I had a great workout. It's when there's problems, it's when there's trouble, it's when you hurt your ankle, what do you do? It's when you looked at the scale and you're like, oh my God, am I doing something wrong? It's when your husband just doesn't get what you're doing and you're all stressed, or work is piling up and this and that, and you haven't worked out for 2 days in a row. That's what the support group is for, okay? So don't be one of those people that just closes off. This is the difference between Beachbody and our challenges and our coaches and me and everything else that you've ever done, because it's support and accountability. That is the key, and that is what is going to give you success. A couple weeks in to the challenge, we will have a conversation within 2 weeks, and you're going to play another video, and that's coming up right. I'm actually going to film it now, and so in a couple weeks into your program, you're going to listen to another video about what to expect a couple weeks in, and check in and see how you're doing. So I hope that helped you right at the beginning, and that you've got enough fuel to the fire, ammunition, so you understand exactly what are these challenge groups and what is the challenge pack all about. And I think I'll leave it at there. So, all right guys, have a good one. Bye.